Welcome to another one of our Rowntree Gardens podcast. My name is Celeste Gonzalez, and today I have the privilege to introduce you guys Miss Soula. I met Miss Soula when I first started, actually. She has just an amazing smile, and once I got to know her a little bit better, I discovered how rich her life has been, how impressive, and everything she has accomplished is just something out of this world. So, here you go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another one of our podcasts today. Today, I have the privilege of being with Miss Soula. Good morning, Miss Soula. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'm glad.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I want to thank you, first and foremost, for being here. I know I kind of caught you off guard the other day by asking you if you would like to participate in this podcast, but I'm really happy that you said yes. I'm extremely happy. So, like I was explaining right before, I'm just going to get to know you a little bit more. I know I have interviewed you before. I know we have talked because you're just such a great human being. So I want to start with, where were you born? Where do you come from, Miss Soula?
I was born in Manhattan, New York.
Wow.
Yes.
Were you there for a long time?
I was there till I was 10.
Okay.
And then my parents decided to move to Greece.
Greece.
So we moved to Greece, and we lived in Thessaloniki. It's the second largest city in Greece after Athens. And stayed there for 11 years.
Okay.
And returned when I was 21 after the war in 1945 in December.
That's amazing. When I've interviewed you before, I did not know you lived in Greece, but how was that experience?
When we first went there, it seemed very nice.
Okay.
Everything was beautiful and the people were very friendly, and although I missed my American friends, I was able to make friends there, and I was quite popular among the young crowd because they'd call me the American.
I feel like that always happens, but I can see you being popular. You've always been so social, so I can see that.
I had skates, which they didn't.
Oh, okay.
So it's funny that I'd go down to the streets with my skates, and they would follow me. So I became the boss. They had to take turns.
Were they like
wearing my skates?
Okay, I was like,
and
were they running
them out
behind you? That is fun.
It was fun, yes.
I can imagine. So you were there for, your education years in Greece.
I finished high school.
Okay.
Fortunately, my father sent me to an American school, so I wouldn't forget my English. So this way I had both Greek and English.
Wow.
Double the courses.
Wow. So you know how to speak?
Oh, I speak Greek and write it very well.
Wow. That is amazing. This is a very interesting fact. I did not know this about you, so I'm actually really glad that we're having this conversation. Yeah. So after high school, what did you do? Did you go to college?
Well, no, I didn't go to college. Let's see. Well, we stayed there till the war was over.
Okay.
And the last 4 years, we spent it with the Germans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they conquered Greece.
Okay.
So we were under their command. And as long as we stayed away from them, we were okay. My father, by accident, he was walking and he turned the corner to go down the other street, and he bumped into a German soldier.
Oh, wow.
Well, he was beaten almost to death. That's bad. He stayed in bed for a couple of weeks. He was black and blue all over.
And just by
by
making the wrong turn.
yeah, just making a turn and bumping into him.
Wow.
Accident.
So there was a big shift between when you first moved to when you moved out.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
And you
We were under their command since 1940.
okay.
And then May 45 actually was January 1941. And May 1945, we were liberated by the English and Americans.
Wow.
So
So
we were
then
free.
you guys moved back to the
And
US.
then the American government gave us a chance. If we wanted to return to the States, they will facilitate that trip. So, yes, we wanted to come back. And we left. They picked up passengers. This was a cruise ship.
Wow.
They turned it first into transporting soldiers to Europe from the U.S. so they could fight.
Wow.
And then they made it
Into
a
a
ship
cruise
to
into a cruise
collect
ship.
every American that wanted to return.
That is
So
very
they
impressive.
started from Lisbon,
Okay.
went to Greece, then to Italy. It took us almost a month to come here.
A whole
3
month.
weeks.
Wow.
It took us 3 weeks to
Wow.
come.
And you guys were just in the boat? You guys didn't like
Just in the boat.
the
yes,
whole time?
the whole time.
Wow.
And it's funny. It was winter time.
Oh.
See, we left November 25th
Okay.
and arrived here a week before Christmas.
Wow.
And crossing the Atlantic was, we didn't think we were going to make it.
It was that bad?
It was bad. Winter time, the boat was just going up and down. It was stormy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get
But we
seasick?
made it.
Were you
To me.
seasick in the ride?
Oh, yes.
Yes? Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
But, you know, you're here and you made it, and you were around 21 when you moved here then.
Yes, I was 21.
And where did you move to? Straight to California or
No, to New York, and
back to New York?
we used to live in New York.
Yes.
So 2 uncles, my mother's brothers, came to meet us. They lived in North Carolina.
Okay.
So they said, Christmas is next week. Come and have Christmas with us,
Okay.
and then you can decide where you want to live. If you want to stay there. They moved from New York to North Carolina.
Okay.
And they said, it's beautiful in North Carolina. Everything is great. But anyway, we went to North Carolina and had Christmas with them. And my father, of course, wanted to return to New York. But my uncles told him, New York is not the way you left it in 1934. So he said, they told him that this is why we're here, and we like it, and it's up to you. So after being there for a month, he decided to stay.
Okay.
So we lived there for 5 years until I had met Bill,
Okay.
got married, and came here.
Okay.
I've been here since 51 when we got married.
Wow.
We drove across the United States
Wow.
to come here. Bill was living here,
Okay.
and he had a job.
Okay.
So, although my parents didn't want me to marry him, all along they were saying, now, be sure you get married to a Greek fellow.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he happened to be Greek.
Really?
But they wanted somebody to be living in North Carolina.
They didn't want to lose you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bill was telling him, you will move out to California,
Okay.
and it's beautiful. You're going to like it. So in a year, and I became pregnant, they moved out. And it was hard for them the first year
Yeah, I can imagine.
until they became acquainted with some people.
Okay.
And after that, it was part of them grandchildren came along, so they were enjoying it.
So the family
and they
grew.
lived close by.
That's great.
So this way, they saw them almost every day.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Going back, how did you actually meet Bill?
Oh, we met in New York.
Okay.
I was visiting.
Okay.
And he had left, it was in 48. He and his friend left Detroit, and they were going to travel across the United States to go to California, just visiting around.
Okay.
And I met him then when he was in New York. I
Okay.
was visiting a vacation. I was there for a couple of weeks, and I stayed
Nice.
at my aunt's house.
Okay.
And his mother happened to know my aunt, and she
Interesting.
gave an address to Tim. She says, "Why don't you give this lady a call? She was my friend, to tell her hello from me." So he
Wow.
did call, and she invited him over.
Okay.
So that's how we met.
That is so interesting. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like your aunt and his mom who brought you guys together
In a way,
in a way.
which wasn't intended at the beginning, because I kept saying, "Did you arrange this?" "No," she says. I
It seems
I
like
didn't
if
have
it was
an idea
arranged.
that he was going to call.
Oh.
So that's how we met. And we had about 3 dates then in 48. And then he went to California, and I went to North Carolina. And of course, I wasn't going to go to California
Yeah.
just like that.
No, of course.
So he started writing. So we
Okay.
corresponded.
Wow.
And then he offered to visit me in North Carolina in 1950. And that
Wow.
was Christmas time.
Okay.
So I said, "Sure, come on over." So that's when he proposed.
Wow.
And of course, he was a handsome guy, a good guy. I accepted. And my parents and relatives were up to me saying, "Now, where are you going to California?
Yeah.
You don't know anybody. There's nobody there." I said, "Well, I'll be married."
Yes, that is
Well,
very
how
true.
much do you know of Bill? You
Yeah.
know, you don't really know him. It's what he tells you. And he was very truthful. I mean, he was saying his life in California and what
Okay.
he did, and everything was true. So he wasn't trying to.
He wasn't just trying to take you. He was
Yeah.
actually telling you the
So
truth.
anyway, my parents came out a year later
That is
because
amazing.
they missed me a
Wow.
lot. And then my first child was on its way.
Oh.
So this way, although they came, and it was kind of hard for them at the beginning.
Yes, I can imagine.
So after they were here for about 10 years, I said, "Mom, why don't you go back to North Carolina, visit them? They're your relatives, your brothers,
yeah.
your relatives, to say hi." So they did.
Okay.
And when they came back, they said, "You know, they're getting old out there." They liked California.
Yes.
Yes.
California
So
is a beautiful
anyway.
state. Wow.
So this
So-
is where they lived.
Aw.
Yeah.
And you have how many children?
3,
3. Okay.
son and 2 daughters.
A son and 2 daughters.
Yeah, and they're wonderful.
Yes.
And we have 7 grandkids
7 grandkids.
and 1 great grandkid.
Wow, what a legacy.
Yeah.
What a legacy. That's family is everything.
Oh,
So
it is.
I-
And
I
they're
can-
wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, grandkids, kids.
and I mean, I've met your daughters and they have the same smile as you. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to see you guys and see you guys always so happy. And you know, like I said, I've interviewed you before, and you mentioned to me before that you were a medal champion worldwide speed walking gal, right?
Race walking.
Race walking.
There's
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a special way of walking.
Wow.
And I did compete in a lot of places.
You did.
And also in Europe.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Did you start that when you were younger, or when did that start?
I started when I was 66
Wow.
to learn to race walk.
Wow.
And then after a year, in fact, the coach said, because I had a hard time learning, he says, well, you can't teach old dogs new tricks. And then I said, well, I'm going to show him.
Yes, that is what I like to hear. That is impressive. I thought you started at a younger age.
No.
I did not know. 66.
I used to walk all the time. I didn't like to jog,
Okay.
but I did walk a lot.
You did.
Yeah. And when a friend says, Soula, you're a good fast walker, I was working at Cal State Long Beach.
Nice.
And she was working there too.
Okay.
And she was already a member of the race walking group.
Okay.
And she's the one who convinced me to join them.
Wow.
So after I retired, I thought, well, why don't I go and see what's this all about? And I enjoyed it. Very good people.
I can imagine.
The race walkers.
Wow.
And athletes are friendly people.
They are.
They're always smiling and
Very
laughing, and they're happy. So I enjoyed being with the group.
Okay.
So this way we traveled. We did go as a group to Europe and around California.
And you competed, right?
And competed, yes.
Yeah. I've seen your medals. I was like very impressed.
Yeah,
So
I've been in about 60 or more races.
60 or more. Wow.
And all those medals are indication that I participated.
Okay.
But the gold one I received in Sacramento.
Okay.
And then I had a silver one in Finland. And the silver one, I think that was in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've traveled all over the world.
Yes, I've been to Australia, England, Italy, France, Spain, with this race walking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a place that you just loved and would want to go back, or just like enjoyed so much
I
being
enjoyed
there?
Australia very much.
Okay.
The people are very friendly, very nice.
I've heard.
They treated us royally. See, these countries had competition in track and field.
Okay.
And our race walking was part of track and field.
Okay.
So we traveled to wherever they had competition.
Wow, that is so amazing.
Yes.
So amazing to hear that.
And I enjoyed it very much.
Yes.
And the people were so friendly, very nice.
I can imagine. That is so amazing.
And I enjoy traveling. But Bill doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't?
Yeah, and he said, don't stay behind.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. So I go with friends,
That's good.
relatives.
That is good.
Travel with someone and enjoyed it.
Wow. It's amazing to see everything you've done throughout the years, and to see you now and see you, so full of life still, and so happy all the time. I love listening to your stories. They're very amazing. You are an example. I really appreciate you, Ms. Soula. So I just want to ask, you've experienced so much. Is there any advice that you would like to give to younger people or future generations, something that has left a mark in yourself?
Well, not to hesitate, if they have something in mind, go ahead and try it, do it. And you never know what comes out of that.
That's true.
And usually it turns into something interesting and a lot of satisfaction.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Soula, for your time.
And I was fortunate to have a husband that didn't keep me behind.
Yes.
He encouraged me, go ahead.
Yes, that's Bill is an amazing human being.
Yeah, he's a really nice person.
And I'm glad that you guys How many years has it been you guys
Well,
together?
69.
69 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this year going to be 70 or next year?
Yeah. No, next year.
Next
May
year's.
2011 will be 70 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so impressive. Wow. I cannot imagine, everything you guys have lived together. So that's amazing.
And we're in a nice place, we like
glad.
it here.
I'm
The
glad.
people are friendly. We really like it, and Bill does too.
I'm glad that we're able to be that place for you.
Yes.
And I'm glad
Thank
that
you.
you guys are here.
I visited other places, and there weren't anything close to Rowntree.
I'm very glad.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we're here to serve you, to serve all of our community members.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you're
Yeah,
here.
we've been here 3 years.
3 years already. Yeah. Wow. Time flies. It really does. So thank you, Miss Soula.
Oh, you're welcome.
I really appreciate
It was
you
a
being
pleasure.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.